Hello! Welcome to Todd Plays Farming Simulator 2019 on the Shamrock Valley map. We've got a bunch of grass to go pick up. A bunch of grass clippings to go pick up. And to do that, we're going to need a new machine. We could pick it up with the baler. And that would work, but it would be... it would work, but it would be a lot of work. And I am a very lazy person. Even in a video game where every piece of manual labor I do, all the work I do, I'm just doing it by sitting down and pushing some buttons. I'm still lazy. And even that seems like too much work. So I'm not going to bale all the grass. Instead, I'm going to buy a doohickey that will pick it up for me, assuming we can afford it. We got 40 grand, and let's see, what is it we're looking for? We're looking for a very fancy, it's kind of a trailer, but it's more than just a trailer. It's also a picker-upper. Here we go, a loading wagon. Oh, man. So to buy it, costs 46 grand. To buy the smallest one costs 46 grand. We can afford it. We've got 52. But I think I'm going to lease it. By leasing it, I can basically use it for a little bit and then return it and not have to pay as much money as I would if I bought it outright. So let's do that. Don't worry, guys. I will bring it back good as new. Look at this. The Strotman Zelon CFS 2501DO. The 2501 Do. The doer when you need to do things till they're done, I guess. I don't know. I just think it's funny to say all these fancy schmancy model names for things that I don't understand. The thing about farming is that, like everything that people do for a long period of time, like everything that involves money and lots of different people and organizations and everything, you eventually end up with a lot of lingo and a lot of hoopla, a lot of strong opinions, and a lot of slang about all these different things. And when you are involved in it, it all makes sense. Like, oh yeah, the 2501 is so much better than the 2202 was because of this, that, and the other, and you get very worked up about it. But when you're an outsider, when you don't know the slang, when you don't know why the one machine is better than another machine, or the one brand is better than the other brand, or all the stuff, it all seems a little silly. Computers are the same way. When people complain, and I tell them, oh, you got to have a password that's at least 10 characters long, and they're like, why? That makes no sense. That's a silly thing to do. And I can sit here and say, well, studies have shown that brute force password hacking is a lot more difficult because it scales exponentially as you increase the number of characters it might be. They don't care about that. All they know is, you're making it hard for me to remember my password. Because they are on the outside of the industry. They've never had to deal with all of the jibber jabber that an IT person has had to deal with. Just like I've never actually had to deal with all the jibber jabber of using a grass picker-upper that wasn't as powerful as the 2501 Do machine. Anyway, all right, let's start picking up some grass. We're gonna lower the picker-upper with the V key, and we're gonna turn on the picker-upper with the B key. And as we drive forward, it starts picking up some grass and putting it in the top. So, what this machine is, basically, as somebody who is, of course, obviously an expert in the field of farmingtology. This is basically a big vacuum cleaner for grass, or for straw, or hay, or any kind of dead plant matter laying on the ground. In this case, grass. So we're just going to run this around, and we're going to fill our container up with grass. So then the question becomes, what are we going to do with all of this grass? Now, you can turn it into silage, which is a very complicated scientific process that, of course, I know how it works, because I'm a farmer-tologizer, but it would be too complicated to explain to you guys. I know, of course, all the ins and outs of turning grass into silage. I'm a gosh darn expert on the subject. I just don't want to bore you with all of the explanations. So suffice it to say, you use magic to turn grass into a new thing that is better. In a nutshell. It's basically what you do. You could feed it to animals, or you could feed silage to animals, and you could just sell it as grass. And so these are all various options. Now, we don't own any animals at this point, but we could get them. And since we did not spend any money on buying this new machine, we've got money left over. We could get ourselves an animal. Let's see, we're already at 56% filling up this giant dead plant matter vacuum cleaner machine, the 2501 Do. So we're going to have, and we've only done like 1.5 loops around the field, so we're going to have plenty of grass to do a whole bunch of things with. We can sell it, we can sell some of it, we can feed some of it to animals, we can do a whole bunch of stuff. And so I like the idea very much of getting a cow or two. I'd like to have a cow, despite all of Bart Simpson's warning me not to have a cow, man. I think I might just have a cow. I like the cows. I like the horses and cows best, I think. I've never had pigs at all in any of the farming simulator games, and I think I said in another one I don't. I think I probably talked about never having had pigs before. I've had sheep in 17, but I just like cows. I think I just like the idea of being a dairy farmer. You know, getting some milk, maybe making some cheese, putting it on my cereal, that kind of stuff. Like I can wrap my head around what milk is. Being a dairy farmer just makes a lot of sense to me. You have a cow, you give it some food, you give it some water, you squeeze some milk out of it. It just makes utter sense to me, the whole idea of being a dairy farmer. And then you have milk, and like I know what to do with milk. You can put it on your cornflakes. I don't exactly understand how you make it into cheese, but I understand that is another option. So I don't know. I understand it. I don't really understand sheep. I get the idea that you give them a haircut and then you have something that you can turn into sweaters. But frankly, that whole process seems a little more complicated to me. Because when you look at what comes off of a sheep, it just seems like you have to do an awful lot to it to turn it into something that you can, make a sweater out of. Okay, we're just about full here. 98%, 99. I don't know. I got lost and there we go. 99, 100%. 100%. So we're full, and we haven't picked up hardly any of the yard. So let's figure out where we go to sell it, because we're going to have so much of it. And we might, I want to go over here. We might as well get to selling some of it. So this icon is this. Oh, we've got a couple of places we can sell it. But by far the best price is at the biogas plant. So, as we can sell it for 180 at the biogas plant. So where is the biogas plant? Down there by the docks. Okay. Well, let's go for a drive. Now we rented this for, I think it was $2.5 grand, and it'll be longer depending on how long we get it or keep it. But I wonder if we can actually earn enough money selling this grass to pay for the leasing of the machine and have a profit left over afterwards. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be proper businessmanship. Spending $2.5 grand to make more than $2.5 grand. So we'll see. Oh! Did you see that? These two cars got in an accident, and then because they were in an accident, I ran into them because I wasn't expecting them to stop. You guys look like you're having a very serious problem there. I am just going to go around you and let you all sort that out on your own. I'm sure you'll get it figured out. It's probably just a little fender bender that'll buff right out. I am a tractor carrying like 23,000 liters of grass or something. I got a very heavy load of grass, and I am going faster than you guys. Like, y'all need to put your foot down, speed it up, get yourself going. Why are you all slower than me? Okay. So the little green light from the sky marks where we need to take the grass to sell it. So we're going to take it over here. And we're going to sell it. And we're going to make just tons of money. I hope. More than 2,500 would be great. Oh. So that little thingamajig over in the left weighed or counted how much grass we put in. I think for selling grass at the biogas plant, we don't actually get paid until midnight. I think that's how that works. I think when you sell silage or grass... Oh, why did the green doohickey stay green? Usually it goes away after I drive through it. Interesting. I'll try driving through it again, see if it clears up. But yeah, you gotta wait till midnight before you get paid for silage and grass and all that at the biogas plant. That's just how the biogas plant works. There, that did cause the green light to go away. And I could just go to the map and like uncheck it. But driving through it is easier. Going back to the map, you have to push another button. Ugh, it's too much work. Remember, I already told you guys, I'm very lazy. Very lazy. So, we're going to have so much grass, I don't even know what to do with it all. We could also just keep some. We could find a spot on the farm and just unload it in a big pile, and then we would have some for later. Oh my gosh, really? I got Slowy McSlowerson, which is a proper Irish name, by the way. We are on an Irish map, so Slowy McSlowerson here is a regionally correct name. And we've got all this oncoming traffic, too. Okay, can I pass Slowy McSlowerson before? Nope, 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 nope. That's okay. I'm just going to go up in the hedge. I'm fine. I am totally preserving the realism. This is how I drive in real life. Oh my gosh, there's a tractor coming. Woo! Yep. Oh, sorry, white car. Sorry. The important thing is I passed Slowy McSlowerson back there. Kind of nicked your whole hood front of the car situation, but I'm sure you'll be fine. because you're not real. You're just a computer-generated NPC, so I can run into you and nobody really cares. Alright. A little slow going up this hill. Maxing out at 9 miles per hour there. I'm speeding up now that it's flattening out properly. I guess I should change the speedometer to kilometers an hour instead of miles per hour. And the money should probably be in the euro, and there's a whole bunch of things. Look at that. The speed limit signs are in kilometers an hour. So if my speedometer only reported miles per hour, I'd be real confused. I'd be like, well, I don't know how many miles per hour to go. Alright, I'm going to do a time lapse while I pick up and sell a bunch of this grass. So, because this is going to take a little while. Everybody just sit back, drink some hot cocoa, and enjoy me harvesting grass. Alright. Offloading another load of grass. At midnight we should get paid a lot of money just because of the sheer quantity of grass that we're turning in. I'm not going to record me finishing off the grass field because there's at least one more full load. Oh. So it didn't quite take all of the grass we're trying to sell it because it can only process so much at a time. And when that little counter there that says 49,850, 840, 830, it's slowly coming down. When that gets to 50,000, it's full. And so now that it's processed a little bit, we can sell a little bit more, but not very much. Anyway, so that's just great. Anyway, I've got at least one more full load that I can put in this 2501 due. And then I'm going to have to wait a little while for it to even be able to put it away or sell it at the store because we got to wait for it to process like that. So anyway, I'll do that off camera, and hopefully in the next episode we'll have already picked up all the grass, and so we'll be ready in the next episode, I think, to start planting. We'll have to plow and plant seeds, and I may get a bigger machine so that it'll go faster. But yeah, we'll hopefully be able to plant some seeds next time we play. Oh no! I was gonna get a nice closing shot from the docks, and instead oh, here we go, I got back on. I'm like, man overboard. Okay, this is really beautiful, beautiful map. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and good night.